All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's stream. And I see the Matter is already here. Hi, Matter. Good to have you as always. So the song, my intro song, I honestly don't remember. I have to look it up. I have it saved as Rock Medium. So I remember I got it from like YouTube's no royalty library thing that they've got available for creators. And yeah, I don't remember offhand what it was, but I think I just searched for like random ambient music or something along those lines. And I found that one. I was like, oh, this is perfect for my little, I'm about to start streaming song. It's nice and chill, and it's fun. And look, it's Mathewin. Hi, Mathewin. I'm excited you guys were playing some Animal Crossing again. I didn't play Animal Crossing at all today. So this is what happens when you first start the game every day is Isabelle, if you've reached the level where Isabelle is in the game, then she'll give you all of the morning announcements. But in my case, I literally have not turned on my Switch all day. So, yeah. Woo, money! I sold a bunch of stuff last night. This game has it's a similar mechanism to what you see in Stardew Valley, where you have like the box that you can put stuff in, and it'll get sold for you. The difference in this game is that you have only a relatively small amount, a small percentage that you get. I think you get like 80%, something like that. You don't get the full amount, essentially. But still, hope that everybody's doing well. I hope that you all had a good weekend. Darude Sandstorm. I mean, it is true. Every single song in use by any streamer always is Darude Sandstorm. That is a true fact. But no, I don't like to be that unhelpful. So look, this is my garden. I've redone it. I organized my flowers by color, except for these guys, those mums. Those are sitting there chilling. But yeah, the way the YouTube thing works is you can go in and you basically have short, medium, and long versions of the same song. And so like just depending on how long it is. The one I got for that particular style is 4 minutes. So that's why it replays at around 1 minute on my little countdown. But it's still just a nice little song. And it's fun too, because I remember distinctly hearing some, back when I used to edit my videos on my Mac, I remember I used a couple of built-in like Apple songs, and I heard a couple of them on like major TV shows, which always made me laugh. Because I was just like, oh, I know that song! I've used it! I'm super cool! And those were Darude Sandstorm as well. It's always Darude. So I'm excited today because, well, I'm excited like this week, basically, because I'm working on finishing up some of my hybrid flowers. There's a big number of different colors of flowers that you can get in this game, and I am only missing 2. And I will say that this one important thing for me personally is that I have made all of these flowers. I've not simply gotten them from somebody or whatever. I've actually done all of the breeding to make the flowers myself. So I'm excited about it. I think it's super cool. And so I'm like super stoked. But yeah, it's a fun thing, and it's a very scientific endeavor, or I should say a surprisingly scientific endeavor to do all of it. But yeah, good times. So how was everybody's weekends? Did everybody have good times and do neat stuff and whatnot? I went and visited Pascal yesterday and got the mermaid shell. I personally had a very scary weekend, at least yesterday, because the refrigerator and freezer stopped working. and that was very upsetting and worrying because it caused all of my fish food to thaw, and it started like dripping down the door. So I like texted my landlord. I was like, ah! The freezer stopped working! Help! But then my wife actually had the really good idea of just resetting the circuit breaker. And so I did that. And it seems like it's okay now. I'm still scared, but it seems okay. You're a kitty? You are a kitty. Hi, Tiny. As opposed to buying them all from Tiny Human. Yeah, I'm not a person to buy all of my flowers from people or whatever. That said, when people get really into the whole flower hybrid thing, they will often tend to have way more flowers than what they can reasonably handle. So they'll often just give them away for free. Just be like, please come and take my flowers. I don't want them. Please take them away. I do not want or need them. Oh my god, you guys, I can get a nightcap. I have not been able to have the nightcap as far as I can remember. This is very fun. I am legitimately stoked here. Funky stuff and talk to my friend about politics and life for 7 hours. That sounds like an awesome day. Or night, or weekend, or whatever it was. That's really cool. Oh yeah, we all know that turning things on and off again is how all things get fixed. I mean, like, even humans. You know, it's like, how do you fix yourself? Go to sleep, wake up. Turn yourself off and on again. That's... Like, how many times have you gone to sleep and you're like, oh, I don't feel too good, I got a headache, all this kind of stuff. You take a nap, and then you feel better. That's just how it works. Oh, you want me to send you one, Tiny? I can do that, yeah. Oh, beach towel! Yes! I don't think I have any beach towels. I've been waiting to get some of these for my little beach area that I've got going on. It's very exciting stuff. I also think I have all the swimwears and stuff. Oh, the pink washing machine. I think it's like 60K or something like that. It's pretty expensive. 76. Ugh, not buying that. Can't afford it. One thing that I'm super excited about in this game is my museum. I will say that I admit I gamed the system a little bit when it came to the museum. So last week I had Red visiting my island. So Red is the guy that sells you art, and you're able to buy one piece from him every time he visits. The problem is that he sells both real and fake art, so you gotta be careful and make sure that you're only getting the real stuff. The problem is that it means that it takes forever to fill out the entire museum. So what I did is I realized I had Red, and so I did some time jumping back and forth between like day after day, and basically I would jump forward a day to get the painting, jump back a day to talk to Red again, and just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I was able to fill out a lot of my art, essentially. I'm super excited for it because I frankly adore the art section of the museum. It's one of my favorite portions. That and the fossils are probably my favorites. Well, I don't know. I mean, the fish are really cool because they're fish. I mean, the whole museum is amazing. Let's just go with that. Yay, beach towel! Uh-oh. Guys, I can't get on my beach towel. How am I going to chill? I can't legally chill. There we go. What I should really do is get a hammock and put him in between the trees here. Ah, yeah. Why am I broke? I'm not broke. I just don't have a lot of money on my person at the moment. That's all it is. No biggie. It's fine. So I'm also trying to track down my visitor. Every day you're supposed to get an NPC visitor, a special visitor beyond your regular villagers. And I worry because since I didn't play the game earlier, I may have simply missed them because there are some villager or some visitors who leave before a certain time, essentially. So like I think Leaf, the one who sells like seeds and stuff, leaves at like 5 or 6, something like that. He stops selling really, really early. But Leaf is a sloth, so you know it kind of makes sense at least. I'm chilling the wrong way. There is no wrong way to chill. Oh, you got CJ? CJ is awesome. I like CJ. Speaking of which, how did anybody and or everybody play in the tournament over the weekend? And how's everybody doing COVID-wise? I hope everybody is being safe and everything, because I know it's very unpleasant times, especially now, because we're literally setting new records for new cases, apparently, according to the news. So, yay! But depending on what metric you use, different states are the worst. So, for example, if you go strictly by number of cases, number of new cases, I think it's Florida that's the worst. They set a record. But if you go by the... I've got Gulliver! If you go by the metric of cases per capita, in other words, cases per... like, based off of number of people in the state, so basically percentage of people who are COVID positive, Arizona is the worst. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. He's weird you didn't do it. I personally prefer Flick to CJ, but that's just me. I've had both of them make, or rather, I've had Flick make me statues, both from him directly as well as from CJ. So I gotta help out Gulliver, get him his cool stuff. Oh my gosh! I love his face when he freaks out. Oh my god, he reminds me of Kramer from Seinfeld. Just like that super over-exaggerated, like, type of thing. Oh, see, this is what we call a false choice in video games, where even if I say no, I'm not doing it, I'm still asked to do it. Although I could just not do it, I guess. But, you know, you don't get cool stuff. Incidentally, if anybody is collecting rusted parts to build like the giant robot and stuff, this is how you get them, is from Gulliver. You have 2 options for doing it. If you help Gulliver, then the next day you get a rusted part in your recycle bin in the resident services. But you can also just keep the communicator parts and not give them to him, and then they will become rusted parts the next day. So you can either get a single rusted part or you can get 5 rusted parts. But if you do it to where you get the single part by helping him, then you also get one of the items that he gives you. And he gives you some really cool stuff. So I've been helping him personally. But that's just me. But yeah, Gulliver like has like giant Kramer energy going on here. Like, he's this guy who just washes up randomly on shore, barely remembers where he is, can't get in touch with all of his friends, and he freaks out at the slightest provocation. He probably also has an idea about making people smell like the beach. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's Gulliver. It's what he does. Weird stuff. He's a strange, strange pelican. But yeah, this is my island. It's fun. After I help out Gulliver here, I'll head over to the museum. But this is one of those games where I always say it's a game that you'll tend to either love or hate, just depending on how you personally approach and enjoy or don't enjoy the style of game that this is. The whole shtick is that you make your own goals. You're able to do your own stuff. You figure out how you want to play, what you want to do, and all that kind of thing. And, you know, is your island ever really finished as far as, are you happy with it? Are you trying to make all of the hybrids? Are you looking to get very specific villagers? You know, again, you make your own fun in this game, and a lot of games like this get a bad rap for lacking design because it's like, oh, well, you know, there's no story behind it. There's nothing to do. That said, in games like this, you've got this game, Stardew Valley, a bunch of other different games of this sort. You do have like pre-scripted events and things like that you're able to go and participate in. And at the same time, you also have some very specific things that you can make yourself do. So for example, me, I'm trying to make all of the hybrid flowers. I don't have to make hybrid flowers, but I want to. I am also trying to collect fun clothes. Not all the clothes, but just clothes that I like. They also have this little thing with the Nook Miles, where you can, again, you can make things whatever you want them to be. And you can try to get all of these particular goals throughout how you're playing and what you're doing and all that kind of thing. So it's a neat thing. I'm personally very excited to finish up the museum. That is one of my major goals for the game that I really want to do. I know I'll be able to eventually. I'm hoping that I don't essentially get bored of the game, because that does tend to happen to me with games like this. But as of right now, at least, everybody in the house plays. So it makes it a little bit easier to be like, hey, I'm going to play Animal Crossing. And then everybody's like, oh my god, let's all play together. Woo! So it's a little bit easier than me basically saying, I'm going to go shut myself up in the room and I'm going to play Skyrim until my eyes bleed. Or whatever. That's generally frowned upon. But yeah, you know, playing Animal Crossing till your eyes bleed, totes fine. But yeah, see, look, I've got my shark, I've got my bug, and, well, I've got my mosquito, and I have my Queen Alexandria birdwing. It's a very fancy butterfly there. So now we're at the museum where we can talk to Blathers, one of the best characters in the entire game. One thing that I learned from somebody on my Discord is that apparently Blathers in the Spanish edition is called Socrates. And I'm just like, what the fudge? We missed out. Like, the English-speaking community kind of got gypped on that. Socrates is like the greatest name ever for a wise old owl. I'm just saying. But yeah, like I said, I'm really excited for the art area because I was able to expand it a lot with Red. And the other thing is I had already sold my turnips for the week. So one issue with turnips, if you guys ever use them, is that whenever you have turnips, if you time travel, in other words, if you change the system date and time while you've got turnips, then they will go rotten. So you're not able to sell them. But obviously, if you've already sold your turnips, it doesn't matter as much. So it's not as big of a deal. But you can see here my museum is a lot more filled out than it was. I did have at least some of these, so I know I had the girl with the pearl earring. I think, like, I'm 90% sure that I had Las Meninas. But yeah, I absolutely adore the way that the art portion of the museum specifically is laid out in terms of being able to see all of the different stuff. Because in the game, for example, this is referred to as academic painting. of course, we know that this is the Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci. And it's neat because you get this really cool little background on everything in the museum. It's just a little blurb, but it's still super cool because you see what the thing is based off of. So, for example, this, I believe, is the Rosetta Stone. Informative stone. There you go. It's the Rosetta Stone. So it's really... this is a really interesting thing because without the Rosetta Stone, we would not know how to read hieroglyphics. Because the funny thing is that this is essentially a translation page. And without that, we would not have known what hieroglyphs meant. Because it was in other languages, we were able to see essentially that, oh, well, Greek says it's this, and they say it's this, and so that means the hieroglyphs must mean the same thing. That is the original basis for our knowledge of ancient Egyptian. It's so fascinating, and it's really cool because you can learn all this stuff. The problem is it takes forever to fill the stupid thing out. Because at best, you're going to get read once a week. And again, you can only, at best, get one item from him every time he visits. So you might get one item a week. Maybe. And so that's why I was like, screw that mess. I'm going to go and I'm going to go so I can get all the stuff. I am very proud to say that I have filled out the entirety of my fossil collection in the museum. And I will also say, though, that I am a bit disappointed that we don't get the same kind of blurbs for the fossils that we do for the art. Same thing with the bugs and the fish. You don't get the blurbs about them. You can still get them because you can bring something up to Blathers and you can essentially say, hey, can you tell me about this? And then he'll talk about it, but you have to have the thing in your inventory in order for him to tell you about it. So, for example, we can learn about coprolite. And so I can go up to him here, and I can say, tell me about this. And I can say, tell me about this thing. Ew, it's poo! Gross! But yeah, it's a fascinating thing to see because we get to learn the little blurbs and stuff. But over here, like with the Critterpedia that we can see here, we've got the insects, the fish, and the sea creatures, right? The problem is that you don't get any real information about this stuff. I mean, you get to see where it is, when you can find it, blah, 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 which is cool, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's like, I don't care about some of that stuff. Like, I want to know about the actual thing. I want to know about tiger prawns, because I don't know a lot about them. I want to know about giant isopods, because they're giant and awesome. But I can't. So, alas, we leave Blathers to his ways in the museum. It's still an awesome place to visit, though, and I sometimes like to just wander around randomly. Oh, there's my other fossil spot. But yeah, I'm actually debating. I'm thinking that I might take a break from playing this on stream for a little while. Just because right now, at least, I'm in a really comfortable spot as far as the way my island looks and how I've got all of my hybrids done and all that kind of thing. So I'm curious if you guys have any ideas for anything you'd like to see. Let me know, because I'm happy to do something a little bit different. And primarily because in this particular case, it's kind of tough for me to not be like, we're going to go and catch bugs! Or we're going to go and find our visitor. And don't get me wrong, it's a very fun and relaxing little game. But at the same time, I also do want to make sure that you guys are having a good time. since there's no real end to this, then I can keep playing and playing and playing and playing. Never stop. And Animal Crossing is always Mondays. I could do that! Not planning to, but I could. Just saying. This is my hizzle. It's an awesome hizzle. What did I get from Daisy Inn? Bamboo shoots! Those have not been working for me, but that's awesome. Hooray! Oh, Naomi. Naomi is my resident cow. So this is where Red parks his boat. On my island, specifically. We knew more than the ancient Romans about hieroglyphs. And so see, stuff like that, it's just fascinating to hear. Because it's like, I had no idea about that. And it's just, it's a weird thing to think about, but at the same time, it's like, oh, yeah, okay, I can see that, I guess. It's goofy, but yeah. Because the fact is that hieroglyphs are weird. They're, as far as I know at least, they're not related to any other system of writing, and because they're not related to any other system, there's no direct way that we can do anything. So for example, there's a lot of writings that are based off of I mean, in our case we have like Latin letters and stuff like that, or Germanic letters and all this kind of thing, just like you have Arabic letterings and script. To give the very nerdy example, it's kind of the same idea of having Elvish script in Lord of the Rings. And you can have the language of Mordor written as an Elvish script on the rings. It's a very possible thing to do, and it works, and I'm just saying. I'm a nerd. Sort of. Bamboo shoots! Hooray! Squido. Stupid Squido. Oh man. Oh. I guess I kind of gotta see yeah, I gotta go visit Rev. Rev is very fancy. He was able to get the what's it called, the blue roses, which is the hybrid that takes the longest to get. It takes the most steps because the roses are the most genetically complex of all the flowers in the game. This guy right here, though, is my ticket to blue roses. When I spent a long time making this specific red flower. It's a very specific hybrid made through multiple steps that has a very specific genome, where when I cross this red with another red of the same type and the same genome, I have a high likelihood of being able to get blue roses. So I'm excited to do it, but I'm also excited to see them, so I want to take a look at Rev's Island. Also, the near complete art gallery is just, you know, being cruel and rubbing it in our faces. I'm going to plant my bamboo shoots. Or at least some of them. So the bamboo is kind of interesting in this game because the way it works is you have to find those bamboo shoots. That's the only way you can get them to grow. And then they will, you know, grow up. And after they're fully grown, they will drop a single bamboo shoot. So it gets kind of difficult because you only get a 1-for-1 in terms of bamboo shoot to bamboo tree or bamboo tree to bamboo shoot. Whereas when it comes to like fruits and things like that, they regenerate three of the fruit every few days. Same thing with the saplings. Like we've got the cedar saplings and then the big tree saplings, like this one I've got back here with the big bug on it. Those you can just buy at Nook's Cranny as saplings, and then you can just plant them and grow them wherever you want. So it's a very different sort of situation. Get him, Doc! Do it! I love Doc. He is my favorite character by far. He reminds me of myself. He is so adorable. He's a bunny who wants to be a computer programmer, but he's super lazy. And the thing is, in his house, he's got the book wallpaper. He's got like a science set. He's got a periodic table poster. All of this kind of nerdy, awesome stuff. Do 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 do. Good times. Well, somebody's raiding. Raiding. Oh God! Ah! I don't know what's happening. What? Ah! Ah! Help! You guys, I'm being raided, and I don't know what that means. A Star-Lord raid. But wait, where's Rocket? If this is a Star-Lord raid, then where's Rocket? Don't they have to be arguing over who's in charge of the raid? Oh my God. This is terrifying, but so cool. I'm frightened. I'm going to visit somebody to look at the... I just want to look at the fun fanciness of blue flowers. Incidentally, Rev is a giant nerd who has named his island Necromundia after the game... Is it Games Workshop? I want to say it's Games Workshop. But yeah. Rocket is a raptor. Oh, gee. Well, that's even more terrifying. But, well, thanks for stopping by. It was great to have you. It was really cool. I was scared, but that's fine. I don't care. It's awesome. We come in peace. I don't know about tomatoes coming in peace. That's, I don't know. I don't know. That's, I don't trust tomatoes. Ever since VeggieTales. It's, scary time. Scary times with those tomatoes. Oh, wow. And look at that. Mathewin is going around sharing everything's. Huh. And we got fancy rainbows. Oh. Left, right, up, bottom, top, middle. Wow. Where's that treasure chest from, Rev? That's amazing. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for the raid. You guys are super cool. Bug Snacks is scary. I find everything. Bob the Tomato was... the tomato was weird. All I remember from VeggieTales was that hairbrush song. Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush? And then Bob comes in eventually and is like, thanks for the hairbrush. Whoa, look at that fancy blue rose. Ooh. Look at Rev, looking like King Louis XIV up in this biznitch. Somebody go grab a guillotine. We need to have a revolution. Viva la revolution! Where is the revolutionary one? Oh, shoot. Wrong thing. Viva la revolution! I need my delight. Where is delight? There it is. Oh, it's from Gullivar? Man, I got like pirate wallpaper or something from him. I didn't get anything cool from him. That is so cool. How do you get so many lilies of the valley? I don't want to be that guy, but I think Rev is cheating. He's jumping around all the time. Not cool. Not cool. I'm going to go shopping at the Able Sisters. Get loots from the raid. Wait, there's loots? Barbara Manatee. Doesn't immediately ring a bell. I will have to look that up. We'll have to see. Like I said, it's been a very long time since I watched it. Or, I mean, I never really cared about VeggieTales, but I mostly knew it secondhand from people who did watch it. Essentially, you guys, I'm gonna get this. No, my terry cloth bathrobe. I need it. So who all is in the raid party here with you bunch of crazy people? So we have a scary tomato. We have I'm Glenn. So I'm gonna guess that you're Glenn. We've got Lichabug. Who's that? Tomato. Thank you, Julia Tomato, for the follow. I very much appreciate it. Lichabug. Milkmaid dress. I think I have the dandy hat. I don't know if I have a giant ribbon. I will get a giant ribbon. Oh, you got the purple steampunk goggles. I've got the green ones. I need the purple ones. Look at how fantabulous I am. I look great. You watched it while babysitting? Very cool. Now I'm going back to my other stuff. Richie Ma. Thank you so much for the follow, Richie. Great to have you. So yeah, I'm curious for anybody who came in with the raid, what all brought you guys here, and what do you guys normally watch as far as streams and stuff like that? Litachu. Okay, like Pikachu. Litachu. Sorry about that. I thought the L was a capital I. What is this fancy tree, Rev? This looks like a Christmas tree almost. Or is that like a paper lantern, special bamboo kind of tree? Maybe it's a bamboo tree of some sort. Now I have a YouTube video I gotta watch. Rev, you got too many blue flowers. You're far too fancy. I'm gonna go look at your system though. So Rev went even higher on the science-y thing than I did when it came to... Oh, he's got the, oh my god, what's that called? Wingless? No, not wingless. That's the Drosophila. I can't think. Oh man, I don't remember what it's called. But Rev went even bigger on the science aspect when it came to making these hybrids. So in addition to his beautiful, fun little playground here where we can all just sit around on the tires and chill, we also have this area up here. Oh, dang. Dang, Rev, you've done a lot of work here. This is gorgeous. You even have like a concert piano area or a concert area. So you notice that these are all labeled with the individual steps for generating or creating the blue roses. So he like scienced the crap out of this essentially. It's really, really cool. I really like the setup that he did with it. It's pretty awesome. Oh yeah. Oh, so you even got Red visiting. Let's take a look. Let's see if I can buy anything good. Oh, hey, make the win. Yay, cheers. Yay. Oh, the seasonal thing. Okay. Let's see. I know I've got all of these. Let me see. This is fake, unfortunately. That copy of the girl with the pearl earring is real, but I've already got it. It looks like the Las Meninas is real as well. This one I don't recognize. The problem is I don't own this one either way, so I'm gonna buy it. I'm just gonna roll the dice because I've not seen it before. I have no idea if it's real or not, but we'll see. If it's not real, then I'll be able to hang it up in my house or something. Nook online shop. Let's see. But yeah, this is cool. I like the path leading down to Red's area. Fancy snackage area, very nice. Little cafe. Good lord, more Lily of the Valleys. If anybody's wondering, the way Lilies of the Valley works, which are these fancy things right here, so those only show up after you get a 5-star rating on your island. based off of the aesthetics, the stuff that you have out there. All kinds of different things are associated with getting that. And then I think they can spawn once a week, or it's like they get a higher chance to spawn every day until they spawn and then it resets, something like that. But they always appear on a cliffside, like that. That's where they always show up. The fudge! You even got money trees just sitting around doing nothing? Dang, Rev. You're way too rich. Way too rich. Oh, the one I got is always real? Awesome. Look at this. His whole front yard is decorated with gold roses. Dang, bro. Dang. You're just trying to shove all of the wealth and riches down our throats. I see how it is. So rude. You even have 2 bridges right next to one another. Complete waste. I think I have a grasshopper head model. I will take the wasp head as well. Ooh, magic kit with a white hat. I've got one with a black hat. The very traditional magic kit. Alright, so let's go and take a look at Rev's art gallery because his is better than mine. Essentially. He basically spent more time than I did doing the back and forth thing trying to find all of the paintings and statues. But again, this is one of the things that I'm super excited to have in this game because you can actually learn a thing or two from it. And it does kind of suck because there's not... there's no reward, at least as far as I know, for getting everything and actually completing the entirety of the gallery. But it's just kind of a cool thing that you can do. Essentially, it's a neat thing that you can endeavor towards. Oh, that's cool. Isn't that Lady Liberty or something? No, this is the French Revolution. Yeah. Technically, I was right in both cases. It is Lady Liberty, and it is also the French Revolution, so it's both. Very cool. Oh, the terracotta soldiers! See, I've gotten this one. I've had the warrior statue, the guy whose hands are like this, but I always end up with the fake one. Oh, so cool. So awesome. I am the 1%. That is true. Rev did pay off his wife's loan as well. But yeah, I definitely get the miser vibe from Rev over here. With all this fancy stuff. So terrible. So terrible. The Thinker! I like the Thinker. It's one of my favorite statues. Oof. Wow, I didn't realize that the Thinker was made so recently. It was only made back in 1902. That's surprising to me. But again, this is what I'm talking about. You can learn cool stuff. I have heard the name Rodin. He's done a lot of very famous brass sculptures. Or, not brass, but bronze sculptures. Very cool stuff. And Escape Artist is here. Hi, Escape Artist. Hope that you had a good day and a good weekend, I should say. Incidentally, now that there's more people here, I hope that you all had good weekends and good weeks this past week. Normally I do my streams on Saturdays and Mondays, so hence good weekend. Since last we talked. Oh, I love this tank so much. It's one of the places where if this was like an actual aquarium that I could go to, I would just hang out here. One of the things that I really like about the city where I live is we actually have a really nice science museum that has a wonderful aquarium set up. They've got actual like real corals and things like that in a bunch of different nano-sized tanks, and they even have what's it called, cuttlefish, and I actually got to see them feeding the cuttlefish one day. It was so cool. They've got jellyfish tanks as well, which is what this reminds me of. Mostly it's moon jellyfish, if memory serves, which are the ones you normally see. Oh! Oh man, you got Big Head Boy! Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but I call it Big Head Boy. Oh, dang it. What is that thing called? The garden eel, pencil urchin. Dang it. What are you? Need to know Big Head Boy. Aw, Mathewin gifting subs. You're so nice. Thanks so much for doing that. Mathewin. Talk to me about the fish. Oh, I think is this like all the fish then? Clownfish, surgeonfish. So surgeonfish, also known as a blue hippo tang, also known as dory. Butterfly fish, sometimes known as the foxface butterfly fish. Ribbon eel, known as a ribbon eel. I don't know if it's known. Napoleon fish. There. Look at this guy with his giant head. This is so big. It's crazy. So crazy. But yeah, thanks so much, Mathewin, for gifting all of these subs. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. You are the bestest. I love this crab. Every time I see it, it always makes me laugh. It's little... Fun fact, if anybody has ever gone crabbing, or if you're ever curious to go crabbing, it's a fun thing to do, and it's really easy because crab are stupid. They're really, really dumb. I used to go crab fishing off of docks, and we'd be able to catch blue crab. And the thing is that those guys, they would literally just swim up to towards the lights where you got the big docks coming off of the piers, or the pier lights going into the water. And the crabs would swim up to them, and you could just drop the hook down and they would latch onto it. You don't even need any bait. They would just grab it, and you can just yank them up and put them in the bucket. It was so easy to catch those things. They are just dumb. And they're really good because it's blue crab. It's delicious. But with that, I'm going to head out back to my island, because I wanted to do a little bit of hunting around in the in the ocean. One of the things that was recently added to this game just over a week ago was the ability to go and swim. You can actually go into the ocean and swim around and stuff. So it's kind of fun. Incidentally, one quick thing that I want to do as well before I start going out and swimming is I'm going to talk to the dodo on my island again, because it'll play my island's theme. And I'm curious, especially now that there's more people from the raid, I'm curious who, if anybody, recognizes the song. It's to give you guys a big hint, the Scary Tomato is out? No, Scary Tomato. To give you guys a big hint on what the song is, it's a very famous, it's a song from a very famous game about a particular class of characters, a particular type of characters that were in there. Okay, but take care, Tomato. Be a safe tomato. Don't poison anybody eating off of lead cups and plates and whatnot. Don't be that tomato. Nobody likes that tomato. Dang, Richie got some really cool emotes there. I'm jealous. You got like flaming sword stuff. This looks like something from like dungeon delve games and stuff like that. So like Dungeon Defenders is the one I think about. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking so you guys can hear it. So the song goes do 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 do. That's the one. Props to anybody who knows it. I have nothing to give you, but my undying satisfaction and the knowledge of how awesomely awesome you are with video game who's-its and maybe even some whatnots. Ready, set, go! I'm kind of sad because my character in the game is far more athletic and acrobatic than I ever could be. Like, you can literally run in this game the entire time. You, like, never get tired or anything. You have unlimited stamina, and you can do a front flip over a rope bridge into the water. Like, who can do that? I don't even think I could jump over the rope. I tried it once in middle school, and I broke both of my arms. I'm just saying. There's that cool crab that I was talking about. It's so cool. But it's funny because when you see crabs like in the wild, that's actually how they swim too. They primarily use their back legs because they're kind of like flippers, and so that's how they move relatively quickly. Pencil urchin. One thing I don't understand in this game is how it is that things are able to move quickly when they have no real means of locomotion. Like, yes, urchins and stuff are able to move, but they shouldn't be able to move as fast as, like, a scallop or something, because bivalves can move really fast. So this guy is a shark of some sort, so I'm going to see if I can catch it. One thing I've mentioned before that annoys me, not with the game, but... Yeah, boy! What? I caught Jaws, motherfucker! And it fits in my pocket because it makes perfect sense to shove a great white shark down your pants. Oh, Vania followed. Thank you so much. And yes! You are absolutely correct. It is the Song of the Chocobo from Final Fantasy. Yay, somebody got it. I'm excited. So this is a ribbon eel. You can tell by the silhouette. But yeah, I don't think anybody's ever gotten that. But hooray. Oh, I love me some Final Fantasy. I love it. Incidentally, Vinia, since you're familiar with the games, have you played the Final Fantasy VII remake by chance? I've not played it. I want to. It's on my list of things to play, but unfortunately I just don't have the funds for it right now because I'm busy buying stupid workout equipment because of COVID. Oh, you've been playing Dungeon Defenders. Nice. I got that game, God, it feels like forever ago. I've had it for a long time, but I'm a fan of like wave defense games. I've always really liked them. Ah, Lady in Pink is raiding. Oh my god, so many raids. Ah, pink everywhere, pink. I love the pink. Do it. It's not even October, but let's roll with pink. Yes. Power to the pink. Love it. Oh my god, so much pink. This is awesome. Well, welcome. Welcome more raiders. Yeah, I don't know. See, Jules Hope is here asking where they are. I don't even know where I am, and I'm the one playing the game. Like, this is the second raid in one stream. I have no idea why. It's frightening. Aw, and Lady in Pink got a gift sub. Hooray! Thanks so much, Mathewin, for gifting that. Mathewin apparently has super deep pockets because she keeps gifting people subs to my channel. Mathewin is obviously Mrs. Moneybags over here somehow. I mean, clearly she's making do in the COVID times. I am not. I can't even buy the Final Fantasy remake. Look, turnips. So real quick, just so that you guys can see some of the updates that I've done. Don't mind the turnips. This is just my storage space for turnips when I'm waiting. But this is my science area that I've made. So I'm trying to collect all of the sciencey stuff that I can. The whiteboard I don't have yet. I'm waiting to get the math whiteboard. I do have the math chalkboard, so I'm happy with that. Of course, I've got my Newton's cradle because you got to have one. Yeah, and I've got my little science kit. I've got my different anatomy things. I've got my bug head over there. And I actually just got my new bug head, too. I got my wasp head. So I can hang that opposite my grasshopper head. Because apparently I'm somebody who mounts insect heads to show how awesome I am. You've not been able to play it yet. Is it something that you're planning to play, Vinia? Because, like I said, I'm personally wanting to play. It's been on my list ever since it was announced. Like 4 years ago or whatever it is. Okay. Good night, Tiny. Be good. Listen to Mathewin and pay attention and whatnot. But yeah, ever since it was announced, I've wanted to play it because Final Fantasy VII was, like for many people, it was my first purview into the Final Fantasy series. It's not my favorite of the Final Fantasies, but I do really like it. The biggest hang-up that I have on the remake right now, at least, is just the fact that it seems like it's kind of frustrating because they're splitting what was one game across several discs into multiple games across multiple discs as well. So, from what I understand, the initial installment, so to speak, for this game is just the Midgard section, which is a decent chunk of the game. I think it was disc 1. It was the entirety of disc 1 from the original release on PlayStation. But still, it's frustrating to see something like that where it's like, yeah, it's a remake, you've got cool stuff, and we can do all this goofy thing, and, we get to cross-dress Cloud and all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, oh, yay, ha ha ha, funny, funny. And don't get me wrong, it's got fun and interesting stuff for us to do, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I also want the rest of the game. At the very least, I need to get myself Golden Saucer. I want to be able to get my Chocobos and do all of my Chocobo breeding. That was one of my favorite parts of Final Fantasy VII, was Chocobo breeding. Oh, what's up, Admiral? Burns your beans. I got a new reaction called worry. And it burns his beans. I'm going to use that phrase at some point. I don't know when, I don't know how exactly, but I am going to tell somebody that something burns my beans. But yeah. Yeah, apparently I'm a raid boss. I probably drop legendaries. Now, the bigger question is, am I, just like a base game raid boss, or am I like an expansion raid boss? I don't know. I don't know where I sit in that sense. So, this is Blue Bear. I have a distinctive feeling that Blue Bear desperately needs an intervention. All I'm saying is that one time she ran up to me and said, "Hey, Danny!" Well, my in-game name, it's not Danny. But she said, "Hey, I really need the bells. I've got to sell you this thing. Can you buy it off of me?" And I was like, "Girl, why do you need bells so badly? What's the problem? Are you in trouble?" Like, I'm pretty sure that Blue Bear has a problem that requires intervention. That's all I'm saying. Oh, you're playing Final Fantasy XIV now? I've heard that 14 is really good. I've not played it, and honestly, I haven't really played a Final Fantasy since 10-2 on the PS2. I played... Oh my god, what was it? I want to say it was 12. I think my roommate in college played Final Fantasy 12, and so I watched him play it a little bit. But I myself never got into it. I just sort of fell off with it because I was mostly a little bit perturbed and aggravated that they decided to do a direct sequel game in Final Fantasy, which, to my knowledge at least, they had never done before. So 10-2 kind of turned me off of the whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. Can't you get the remake as a download? I mean, I'm personally a fan of physical hardware myself, so I get it if that's what you're waiting for. But if memory serves, you can get it as a digital download, so you don't have to worry about delivery times and stuff. Not to mention, I think everybody's all still up in arms and crazy about, what was it? Is it The Last of Us Part 2? Or whatever there was the new one that just came out that it was super controversial. Honestly, I don't know exactly what happened, so please don't spoil it or anything. But apparently there's some thing that occurs in the game that made a lot of people really mad. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I guess it comes down to one of those things where it's like no press or no press is bad press type of shtick, and I don't know. Apparently the game overall is very, very good. It's just a matter of, did you play through the whole thing, or did you just play until whatever the thing is happened? It's a bug. So this is a leaf bug that's wiggling around over here. It's meant to look like furniture. Yeah, when Blue Bear had a bunch of coffee and was buzzed. Oh, man. Yeah, she had to switch to decaf coffee because she couldn't sleep and was wired the entire night. Yeah, coffee. I got you, Blue Bear. Alright. But unfortunately, I think that's going to have to be it for me, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by, and thank you, Star-Lord and was it Lady in Pink for Lady in Pink for the raids. It's crazy. It's super fun. I'm glad to have you guys here. It was an amazing, super fun surprise to have. And hopefully I'll be able to pay things back at some point. I guess I got to figure out how to do raids now, and hopefully I'll be able to have enough people to where it'll actually mean something too. But yeah, you guys all take care of yourselves. Stay safe for anybody who's still stuck inside. Have a good rest of the week. I will be back on Saturday with Link's Awakening. I'm still going strong with my one dungeon a week, so hopefully we'll still be able to do all this stuff. And yeah, sorry about all the dropped frames. I'm not sure what's causing that, but I apologize. So in part, that's why I'm gonna head